Hey everybody, before we get started, I just want to give you a quick reminder about my other page, other show on YouTube, Vegas Buzz. If you're interested at all about the history of Las Vegas, give it a look. It's pretty good. All right, we got our Dutch oven out. We're going to turn the heat to medium high. We're going to hit the bottom of that pan with some olive oil. And then we're going to put our short ribs down. And we're going to brown them on all sides. And the reason we do this is that extra layer of flavor you get rather than just trying to bake the ribs straight from out of the package into your baking dish. There's just a huge difference in the flavor you get from the ribs if you skip this process, which I highly recommend you do not skip this process. So we'll get in there and we're going to get all sides nice and brown, just like that. And once we have them brown on all sides, we're going to remove them from the pot and put them into our baking dish. I got these aluminum ones that I got at Sam's Club, which are great because no cleanup, and we love no cleanup. So we'll take them out of there, layer them into the baking dish, and then we're going to move over to the counter with our cutting board and our sharp knife. We're going to get 5 or 6 cloves of garlic, and we're just going to smash them with the knife, peel off the paper, set those aside. Just like that. And I've got 2 ginormous carrots that I'm just going to roughly cut. You don't have to peel them. I've got 1 large shallot. We're going to roughly cut that as well. And I got about 3 or 4 sticks of celery. Again, just a rough cut. All this is going to go right on top of our ribs, so you don't have to worry about peeling or, making it nice and fine. And lastly, 1 white onion that we'll slice up. Now we're going to season with a little bit of salt and pepper on top. And then we're going to layer all these veggies all over the top of these short ribs. Spread everything out nice and even as best you can. And then we're going to pour about a half a bottle of good quality red wine right over them. If you don't want to use red wine, use beef broth. Then we're going to get our foil out. And this is very important. When you put the foil on top of this, you want to make sure that it is sealed tight. You don't want anything leaking out from the top of this. You want to keep all that flavor nice and tight inside. So make sure you press down on there, get everything nice, nothing leaks out. That's perfect, just like that. Now we're going to pop this in the oven at 325 degrees for 4 hours. Just let it go. After that, we'll pull it out, and look at that beauty. Perfectly done. So we'll take the ribs out. Look at it. There's a rib with no meat on it. Take the ribs out gently so we don't lose the bones. And we'll put those onto a cookie sheet. Just like that. And once we get all the ribs out, we're going to set those aside and take the juice that you see there, and we're going to strain that into our saucepan. And that is going to make the most delicious au jus or pan sauce you've ever had, trust me. So let's continue to get all these ribs out. There should be at least 2 more in there, I believe. And I'm placing them meat side up on the cookie sheet there, because what we're going to do before we serve these is throw these under the broiler really quick. But let's work on that sauce. So I've got a piece of cheesecloth over my saucepan, and I'm just going to take my time and ladle the juice through the cheesecloth. That way we have nothing in our sauce that we don't want. I'll get rid of this, and we got all that beautiful sauce there. So we're going to fire up the heat to about 3/4 high and get this sucker to a nice rolling boil. We're going to add about a tablespoon or so, a nice pat of butter into there to help with the thicken a little bit, and it also gives great flavor. You can never go wrong with butter. There we go, that's perfect. Last thing we're going to do is hit it with a little bit of cold water and cornstarch just to help thicken a little bit more. And then we'll lay our ribs on some mashed potatoes or rice, whatever you have available. Top with a little sauce, and you have the most decadent short ribs ever. I'll put this recipe up against any restaurant in Vegas. Alright, there you have it. Enjoy this recipe, and we'll see you on the next one. And remember, like, share, hit that bell to stay up to date on newest recipes. Tell your friends and family all about us. I put a show out every Wednesday and every Sunday.